happy to be here this morning with all of you enthusiasts and focused. I am pleased to have this opportunity here today at St. Anton to talk about the new approaches and thoughts of mine on skiing. Especially let me express my appreciation to the many people who have made today possible and for all the work done to hold this international skiing conference. Today I am going to talk about a new concept of parallel turning that I call hybrid skiing. Before starting, I should say something. Please accept my humble apology for having some mistakes in the handout you have. For example, cover page. Top of the cover page, maybe June 2020. So it's January. So it's mistakes. So maybe I think some mistakes in that handout. Please find out all of them before reading this lecture. Okay, first of all, I would like to give a brief but interesting definition of hybrid skiing. What I call hybrid skiing is a new way of skiing that is based on the philosophy of the importance of core fitness and core initiative. Hybrid skiing takes full advantage of the power of gravity while using a minimum amount of the muscle energy. By using the philosophy of core initiative, this new way of skiing can take advantage of the natural body weight and movement centered on the core body axis that is also effective and efficient. Using your core body as a focus of movement rather than having the body core follow the movement of your hand and feet is the main philosophy of core initiative. Actually, this way of moving could be hand and feet initiative, and it's the case. And in this case, your body core may not be utilized. Here you can see an image of hybrid skiing. One of our demonstrators, Mr. Yamada, is performing a typical parallel turn with muscle that are not tight but loose and relaxed throughout the body and using the force of gravity as much as possible. The body moves from the core, loosening muscles from the upper body near the shoulder blade down to the hip. Breathing and exhaling properly also increase the effectiveness for hybrid skiing. Here is a traditional parallel turn, emphasizing form with parallel skis, and hybrid parallel turn emphasizing body core. In this image, I am showing the process of a hybrid power turn from rough core power turn to like oil cut steel with an emphasis on core to refine the core power turn. Up until now, the goal for beginner skiers is to be able to perform a proper power turn if a skier has both skis parallel while going through the turn. It has been called a parallel turn. In other words, the quality of parallel turn has been defined first by its form or shape. And in order for a skier to be able to perform a parallel turn, a skier must first learn how to master snowplow and the stem turn. But my new way of ski that I call hybrid ski does judge the quality of the shape or form first. From the beginning, hybrid skiing requires an emphasis on using the body's core first, and then the shape and form appear later. Having an imperfect or even rough form at first is acceptable. If the skier is able to utilize their body core, what is more important is how the skier is using their core body, which greatly affects how they are using their muscle and gravity. I would like to show you hybrid skiing rough to refine. Here is an example of a skier starting out like a beginner with rather rough form, but effectively using his body core initially, and finishing up with more refined parallel turn, but still continuing with an emphasis on his body core. Also, gravity, natural energy goes to performance hybrid skiing, controlled by body management, human energy. Up until now, the emphasis has been on how the skier effectively controls their movement based on their skills, techniques, and mastery. But hybrid skiing placed an emphasis also on utilizing the natural energy that can come from gravity. Hybrid skiing gives a skier three advantages: enjoyment, health, and performance. The skier is able to enjoy a more natural way to move the body. Through better utilized core body movement, the skier is able to relax and flex muscles more effectively, which is better for the health in the stressful society. By utilizing more efficient use for both the core body and the natural power of gravity, the skier will be able to perform much better. Now I want to show how gravity is used in hybrid skiing. Through the natural force of gravity and the angle of the slope, the ball rolls down the slope straight. Then I want to show how gravity is utilized in hybrid skiing. Even when the ball is tossed from the side, it will naturally fall straight after first coming downwards through the power of gravity. See, the cup is able to maximize the power of gravity on the slope. Knowing that humans are not shaped like a ball, let's see what happens when we use a cup. In this case, the cup has a top and bottom with different dimensions. As in hybrid skiing, the cup is able to maximize the power of gravity naturally, as it will back and forth with the center or core as the base of all movement. Now we can see an actual cup and how it falls. It rolls down into the slope. Going into the slope in Japanese we say tani mawari. Here I have put the two images of the cup and the skier together to compare. Here you can see the simultaneous movement in the skier's body and the top and the cup in yellow and red. The movement in yellow is leading, red one is following. Here you can see how the skier is using gravity naturally to ski into the slope. She is working better, I hope. This is a basic minimum set of movement for using gravity and skiing in neutral axis position from the beginning of the turn by leading inside and following outside. There is enough gravity to even ski at the end of the turn just by using the natural force of gravity. Leading inside and following outside are the most basic body movement important for animals. Let's see two images of animals. Here I have combined the image of the cup and the sphere to better compare. I found that the cup could make repeated turns by utilizing the force of gravity. By putting two cups together, we can see how a sphere could go through repeated turns. The ball placed in the cup adds weights on the inside turn, and also shows how the shift in weight is a key part of using for initiative in hybrid skiing. Here I have plotted the movement of the cup through the slope and turns. What I want to point out is that not only is the force of gravity important here, but also the centrifugal force also is a natural factor in how the cup moves down the slope. If you look closely at the last four frames of the cup and the position of the ball, you can see the powerful centrifugal force through the motion of the ball. So please check the ball moves like that by the centrifugal force. Here are the same image of what I am calling hybrid skiing that we studied out in the beginning. Please look at carefully. I will introduce a very interesting technology, Nissan Land Glider, following hybrid skiing. As you can see from this video, even though this is still a prototype and researchers are still studying this movement, the similar concept of having hybrid skiing is being applied in other technology. One of our demonstrators, Mr. Yamada, is coming up with this Here I have put the image together. Three important elements of hybrid skiing. For understanding hybrid skiing more and more, now I want to talk about the three important parts of skiing in hybrid skiing. Utilizing weight, controlling the balance of the body's dual axis, skiing into the slope, animal in Japanese. The most important part of utilizing weight is what I call face control. A skier with good face control carefully controls how the skis push by weight into the slope of the hill, how the skis are level with the horizon, how the skis slide down upon the snow surface. At the beginning of Tanimawari, a skier starts with a neutral position, which is natural. Please notice that skier is placing most of their weight on the leg facing the inside of the tunnel, and then bending at the hip joint. Hybrid skiing cannot be accomplished without good face control. Please see and check it again carefully. By relaxing and placing weight on the leg facing the inside of the turn and bending at the hip joint, the skier is then able to better control the face of the skis at the beginning of the turn. As you can see in this image, the blue line represents the level of the horizon. The ski face changes from being at the neutral axis position to skiing into the slope. The ski at the angle of minus degrees to the level of the horizon can slide down into the slope. We should know that we have two kinds of level of riding, which is a strict level and a relative level by the influence of the centrifugal force. The face of ski is best controlled when the skier is able to control both of the body's axis from the body forward. The axis of the leg on the inner turn bends as the hip joint to lead the body, while the hip joint of the other leg facing the outside of turn is straight stretched out to hollow. Phase control should be controlled with dual axis control, and the mechanism of dual axis control is made by the antagonistic movement with both of hip joints. As you can see in this image, the bending and stretching at the hip joint is what controls the body dual axis. To do this, the upper body muscle, especially around the shoulder blade, must be relaxed and not tight or tense. Here is an image that shows muscle around the hip joint that are important for controlling the body core. Psoas nature is very important muscle for the movement of hip joint and also typical inner muscle. Skiing into the throat. These images show skier skiing into the slope and three important phrases of a turn. One image is of the skier at the beginning of the turn, when the axis on the left skiing into the slope is leading. This is what I would call the leading phrase or leading insight. Next image shows the skier at the point when centrifugal force is felt, and the leg that is following on the outside becomes important. I call this following phrase or following outside. The third image shows both axes points returning to the neutral position. This is what I call the neutral position phrase. I would like to show you three phrases of hybrid parallel turn. You can check flashing on the name of three phrases who is seeing the hybrid parallel turn. The process among the three phrases depends on turning with the speed and size of the turn that skier wants to make. I will draw three phrases in hybrid skiing. Here I want to point out with this image that leading is the most important phase in a hybrid parallel turn. I would say neutral position phase might belong to the leading phase. So it will be from here to this point, the leading phase. So, is a clip of what I would call a refined hybrid parallel or skier that has mastered hybrid skiing. I would like to show a video of alpine skier Hans Schneider, who of course all of you know is from this area, San Antonio. Actually, he is famous in Japan as well, since he came to visit Japan in 1930 for 1 month and told many Japanese then about skiing. So much so that they named many ski grounds after him. Hopefully, you can see that there are elements of hybrid skiing in his ski style as well, even though this was taken over 8 years ago. And here is Mr. Yamada again. And hopefully you can see the similarity now. Hannes seems to have been teaching, or Mr. Yamada seems to be leading. I also hope that